big day. Day 20 of my recording series. Finally in the 20s. I feel like I've gotten slightly better at making the videos. Not amazing. I mean, obviously there's always a lot to learn. I didn't put it on YouTube, but I had like the one video that I edited and put on Instagram because of copyrights. You can't add it to YouTube. Where I did like the Travis Scott 90210 trend. That was fun to edit. I was learning a little bit. It didn't take too long, and there was definitely a lot more I could have done to it and kind of been a little bit more precise with like the timing of the music beats and like the size of all the videos I added. But by the time I kind of got the initial recording and the overlay of cloning myself, I didn't really feel like spending as much time on the second part, which is kind of a lack of patience on my end, but that's okay. I got to learn more about the CapCut features. There's also a lot of features that I have not unlocked because I don't have the paid version. If I continue to get to maybe, maybe get to around 30 episodes, maybe 30 videos or 40 videos on CapCut, if I stick to it after starting my work job, then maybe I'll get the paid version. I don't think it's that expensive and has a lot of good features, so we'll see how I do with the editing. We'll see what I get for Christmas in terms of if anyone gets me anything video content related. I'm not expecting it, and I don't really assume that because I can always kind of get that stuff myself, but I don't know, we'll see how it progresses. But definitely want to work on my editing a little bit. I don't mind for like the YouTube videos to kind of keep it like raw and unedited, where I kind of like will grab the camera and turn it off and things like that. I cut out a lot of it, but some of it I leave in. I think it kind of keeps it a little bit more authentic. Kind of maybe draws in the viewer a little bit from the fact that it's kind of just like more of like an old school vlog, how they used to do back in the day before like the editing was kind of as big. And I don't know, it's just a little unnecessary. It's not, sometimes it's a little time consuming and you don't really even get a lot from it. So I hope this is not too loud for you guys. I have a little bit of the AC going, or not the AC, but the heat going. Turn off the AC. My car has an auto and an AC button, so I put it on auto and the AC turns on, but there's no way there's AC going on. It's cold out right now, so it's probably just on for the option. But anyway, hopefully you can hear me. It doesn't look too bouncy, but when I have this camera attached to the glass versus down here at a better camera angle, sometimes you catch the voice, or not the voice, but the sound of like the engine and like the glass more from like the highway, from the vibrations, rather when it's right here. It's a little bit more picking up my voice rather than the road noise. But I'll go back and watch it. If it's really that bad, I'll kind of go back to recording when I get to the gym in the car. I feel like that works out pretty well, to be honest. I don't really take that long with these videos, and when I do it in the car, sometimes it ends up being longer. I think my last video I did 16 minutes of talking, which is kind of crazy to me, but I went back and watched it, and I was saying things, so it's not that I wasn't speaking. So we'll kind of see how my vlogs, my before the gym yap sesh progresses. I think it should be, I think it's getting better. Liam's been saying it's been getting a little better. I feel like I'm finally more comfortable talking to myself, kind of going through my thoughts. It's not very performative. It's not like I'm just trying to think of things to say. I'm kind of just getting in the car, thinking about what I'm going to do, and then just kind of like yapping about it. It's not that hard to just continue talking. I don't really talk to myself when I'm like alone, but it's kind of the voice that I have like in my head. Like I have that inner dialogue. I've heard that some people don't have the inner dialogue. I think that's kind of crazy. I'm always kind of thinking, overthinking. I got a lot going on in my head usually, so sometimes it's too much, but that is okay. Day 20, legs. A lot of people be skipping legs. Can't be doing that. I mean, a lot of people don't like legs, and that's 100% fair. It kind of sucks sometimes. It's a lot of effort because it's like half your body, so you need a lot of neural drive, a lot of muscle fatigue, or I don't know. It's just a lot of energy being consumed from ATP, from your muscles contracting since they're so large. So I always sweat when I do legs. It's a long day. It's not an easy day either, but you get a testosterone boost from it. Makes you feel good, and you can't be having a pretty good upper body without jacked legs. I feel like, honestly, I'd rather have extremely jacked, like shredded legs and like a pretty solid upper body than just like an amazing upper body and no legs. Like you gotta be aesthetic. You gotta have a good proportion. When I'm on like the lake wearing a swimsuit, obviously it's still, if you have like high quad insertions, it's hard to tell if you have strong legs. I don't know if I have high quad insertions. I just have long femurs. So if I'm wearing long shorts, you're not gonna be able to tell. But you can always see calves. You can always see the little leg muscles. And obviously there's times when your shorts go up a little bit higher. I don't really wear like short bathing suits, but I try not to do like below the knees. That's kind of gross. I'm not playing basketball or swimming. But yeah, no, legs are just super important. You got to do it. They're good for overall health. As you get older, that's like one of the most important things for walking around, getting around the stairs. So I personally pride myself in that I'm very good at leg day. Of my split, I do it every 3 days or every 4 days, I guess, if I count the rest day. So I'm hitting legs just as much as any other muscle, if not more, which is definitely good. The only thing I could probably add is that I'm maybe not doing enough glute stuff, and maybe not doing enough like hip flexor, adductor, things like that. I got to do a little bit more accessory muscles, but they kind of come with time. And I've been doing more stretching, so you can always improve. You can't be mad at yourself for starting. Like you gotta start somewhere. So I started a little while ago. I mean, I've been doing legs every 3-4 days for the last like 2 years, except when I like hurt my back or something, then I give it a break for a while. So I do have times where I skip leg day for like 2 or 3 weeks, but not in the last 6 months. I've been ripping the leg day, so pretty proud of myself for that. Again, I said like another video, I usually know what I should be doing. So whenever I see the things online that I agree with, I'm like, yeah, I should be doing that. I should be stretching. I should be doing the Samsung 30 minutes of cardio at least. If I think I should be doing the sauna, I kind of get upset with myself for not doing the sauna if I skip it for some reason, which is like always pretty fair. Like if there's a good reason to it, like you're dehydrated, you don't want to just dehydrate yourself in the sauna. But if you can do the sauna and you're just like, I don't want to sweat, like you're already sweating at the end of the workout, just do 10 minutes in the sauna. It's not that hard. It's pretty good for your lungs, your muscles, kind of gets them loose. I do a little bit of stretching in the sauna sometimes when there's not like a lot of people in there. But overall, very good. I'm going to try to cut this short. I could probably keep talking, but I don't want to do another 16 minutes of talking. So I'm going to make sure I go get my sandwich. Usually I like to eat like 2 hours or an hour and a half before I lift. But today I woke up a little late and I'm going to a dinner later. So with my brother's roommate. So I gotta eat sooner, and then I still want to hit the gym. So I'm honestly just gonna pick up a little burrito now and just eat half of it, or even all of it, we'll see, and then just kind of go right into the gym. We'll see how that feels. I try to avoid that. Usually after you eat, you kind of get a little like lethargic as you're digesting, and you shouldn't like move around, especially maybe leg day. Probably not the best, but we'll see how it feels. I'll do a quick, maybe I'll only have half and then go right in and do it. Try to do a shorter leg day. I feel like legs is it's a big muscle, but if you hit like heavy squats and then just do accessories, usually you can do a pretty quick movement leg day. So I'll try to do a fairly quick movement leg day. Probably not do the sauna today for time's sake, but I'll definitely get 15 minutes of the incline treadmill at least, and then maybe 30. But yeah, I'll let you know how the eating right before the gym goes. I feel like if you do it like 30 minutes before, it's not great, but if you eat then go right in and start, I feel like your body's gonna know that's happening, kind of keep you energized, and just digest it as you go. I'll just have to make sure I don't like throw up in the gym, which I don't think will happen, but if I feel the need, I'll just go to the bathroom. So it is what it is. I'll see you in there. All right, testing the audio. I'm gonna warm up. I did some stretching, but this is gonna be like my first movement. I didn't even warm up on like leg extensions or anything. So let's just get the feet placement down, work on form with just the bar, make sure the spots are set up correctly. Go from there. These had suction cups on the bottom, but this ground doesn't really, it's not flat enough to use the suction. I really wish that these were a little wider. Try the low bar squat. Hopefully that's low enough.
these are not even, or the spots are not even, so I'll change that. But everything looks pretty good. Yeah, I really gotta work on not pinching my fingers there. Get my pinkies out there because my wrists are going too far back, but I don't know if that's a stable position. Whew. I have no idea how people squat 3 plates or 4 plates. That's crazy to me. Like max 225 for me, and that's just too much on my neural. Like that does not feel good. The shoulders feels heavy at the bottom. I don't know. Leg press I get, but squats, that shit's hard. When I put on the belt, it like feels a little bit more stable, but in order for me to go full range, it like digs into like my lower, I guess my lower hips area, and then like my ribs a little. If I don't go as low, it doesn't dig in as much. But I don't know. I don't love it. I gotta look into the exact place to wear it. I keep saying that, but I keep adjusting it. And no matter where I put it, it still like digs in a little bit in some place. So I don't know. For now, I'm not going to do it. See how this goes. Maybe I'll do another one with this weight with the belt. See how the difference is. This is pretty much my max. Like theoretically, I should be able to go heavier, but like my nervous system just hates it. Like I don't know. Like when I'm on the leg press, uh, squat press, even like the belt squat, like or the pendulum, feels a lot better. I mean, not I don't max out as this much weight, but still, I don't know what it is. Just a lot of weight on the spine. My body just does not like it. Like that was my max. I don't know. Like I honestly feel like my legs are definitely they're working. They feel a little bit pumped, but I feel it more in my lower back than anything. I'm trying to like do a low bar squat, so I guess I'm leaning over a little bit more. But regardless, I don't know. I can't figure it out. My biomechanics just aren't great for squatting and deadlifting. I mean, I guess they're strong, but whatever the limiting factor is, it's definitely my lower back. I got to get my form down better, but that's why I really like the pendulum squat because I can focus on the quads and not try to like focus on leaning forward or back or having the lifting blocks. So I don't know. Let's try one with the belt. See how it does. Only gonna go for one. Nice. Like it looks like it goes up easy, and it kind of does, but the stress is not easy. I don't know what it is. Keep the nameplate Oala. All right, my friend Taylor always tells me to front squat, and I've never wanted to, and I still don't want to, but I'm honestly extremely curious in how it feels. Ooh, maybe I should have tried it without the. Not hard. I like that you're leaning forward, but I don't think I have the bar placement right. Look at a quick video. I'm honestly just so curious about that. Probably go down and wait to 25s and try it, but let me just do one more with 45s. I don't know. It's just a weird motion. Pretty easy on the quads. Not nice on the front delts. Definitely not. All right, I keep trying to go for form and trying to go higher in weight in my maxes or whatever. I bet you my legs are capable of doing like 275 squat, but my back doesn't like it, and I gotta just practice a little bit more. So just gonna do 135 regular squats, get really low, try to focus on burning the quads, so I actually get a quad pump and not just going for form for maxes, things like that. So let's just hit a good set. Might have been able to get two more, but I'm trying to stop the knees from going out, or in, I should say. Really wish this was wider. My shoulders don't love it. All right, kind of leaning against the wall here. It's a pretty good angle. Feeling it a little bit in the knees. It's definitely good for knees over toes, but over time it gets you. I feel like I just really wish my hands were like out here, not in here. But they don't make equipment for tall people. Not even that tall. I'm like 6'2". With tall shoes, 6'3" maybe, but really 6'1.5", 6'2". But still, like I don't know. You can make it like 4 inches wider and be happy. Couldn't imagine being like 6'5", not to deal with this shit. They probably just don't even squat. Ooh, I had a different mental cue there. I focused on pushing my knees back as if they were doing like a leg extension rather than trying to stand up. That felt a lot better. I really think my form looks good, but the active pushing motion is very inefficient. That was really solid. I kind of like shot my knees back instead of pushing up. I focused on like pushing my knees back, and that felt good. I'll have to keep that in mind for next time. But for now, I'm kind of shot. Let's just move on to something else. All right, going right into this. I have a 45 on each side, so it's loaded up to 95. I've seen people do a lot more weight than this, but I don't know how they do it. I go all the way down, and I don't know. Sometimes they are longer moment arms, so they're hinging differently. So every machine might be a little different, but I saw a friend of mine or an acquaintance of mine do this with like two 45s on each side, and they get 25, and I was like, there's almost no way. But mad respect if you can actually do that. I mean, the video showed it, but you can load plates in the front to kind of offset the upper half, I think. But let's just see how it goes. Might fail this. There's a stop, so it's okay. If I don't, I'll keep going. But if I do, I'll just go down to 25s. Oh my god. One more. So much harder than I always expect. Alright, as much as this machine's awesome, this is very close to the squat I was just doing, especially with the depth I was getting. So let's just do one more set of this, and let's do the squat press as long as someone takes it. That machine right to the left of me, I usually can do a decent amount of weight, so it's a little bit better for getting like a good quad pump rather than just the knees, ligaments, and all this form factor function stuff. I don't know what it is. It's so hard right now. I don't know if it's because I didn't eat until right before or what, but I'm trying to move on. All right, I just took a little bit of a long rest, probably like an 8-minute rest. I was talking to my friend John, talking about my squat form. I think it's hilarious that I can bench more than I can squat. I mean, I'm sure it has to do with my form and the way I'm doing it, but still hilarious. I'm going to try the lifting belt for this. I've never done the lifting belt on the squat press, but sometimes when I'm at the bottom, my butt rounds a little, so we'll see if this helps. If not, it doesn't, but let's just see how it goes. Might need it to be a little tighter, but let's just see how it goes. Just like digs in a little when I try to get to my lowest form. All right, now fuck that. Way too much digging in. It has to be higher. Yeah, let's try it a little higher. Nah, that shit digs in. I don't know. I'm obsessed with it. I gotta figure out my squat mechanics with the belt. Yeah, I can push so much better on this versus any kind of bar squat or even the pendulum. I feel like I'm fighting my form versus this. I can really just focus on the push. I was talking to my friend John. He said when I do the lifting belt, maybe try wearing a sweatshirt underneath for a little bit more padding, at least until it wears in. I also could probably do like a little bit of a wider stance or something, but it is what it is. I like the depth I get on this, in this position at least. Let's do leg extensions. Cook with the pressing movements. Well, I'm cooked on the hamstrings. Alright. Not my favorite extension machine, but it's okay. I forgot this one. You put the seat up high. Usually I put the seat far back, but on this one, kind of digs in a little. It's better medium. Put that back. I have to scoot the butt forward a little. Pull this up because it doesn't lock. I don't know, I wasn't feeling that set. We'll go harder in the next one. Alright, last set before we go. Do some light stretches and then hit some cardio. See how the quads look on this. Alright, cardio time. Alright, super quick exit today. I only did 10 minutes of cardio. I have a late lunch, early dinner to get to with my brother's roommate, basically my brother. So I gotta get back and make sure I can shower and get ready for that. So I only did a little bit. Try to keep this quick. Pretty decent leg day. I still gotta work on my squats a little. I gotta play with like my leg distance, like the angle of my feet and things like that. Just gotta get it to be a little more natural. I feel like I'm still using a lot of my lower back, but I think that's also just my body mechanics. I think it's funny that my bench is higher than my squat.
but I haven't really pushed myself too hard. I feel like I can push myself harder on the bench than I can on the squat, but I don't know. It's the way my mechanics are, and I'll just work on it over time. I'm not in any competition, so there's no rush to kind of actually like get a really good heavy squat. It's more just when my body's ready for it. So it is what it is, as long as I don't skip leg day and do heavy on like the squat press and things like that. I think the pendulum squat is a good machine to kind of get my regular squat up, but we'll get there with time. I was talking to my friend John, and he said I got to get my it looks like the bar, I'm trying to do a low bar squat, but it seems like the bar is still a little high up. I got it as low as possible without it being like ridiculously uncomfortable. I don't really know how to get it lower. I think it's my shoulder mobility. So I think I just have to do some more shoulder mobility drills. I'll talk to my brother, look into it online, and start having to practice some shoulder mobility. I can only go so far back. I got to try to get some more external rotation going. Maybe that'll help my shoulder pain in general. So yeah, I just got to work on some flexibility. I've always known I'm not a very flexible person. So I got to work on my muscle and ligament and tendon flexibility. I've been doing a little bit better doing stretches, especially for my hamstrings, but I got to do more hip mobility stretches and definitely some rotator cuff shoulder mobility. So I guess we'll leave it at that. I don't want to go talk too much. I'm trying to get home. But yeah, decent leg day. Put in the work. It's 2 days after Thanksgiving, so I didn't go to the gym on Thanksgiving or the day after. Kind of was recovering and eating a lot of food, so gonna be back to the gym grind. Should be pretty good over the next week, and then in about 2 weeks I start my job. So I really need to fix my sleep schedule. That's probably the biggest thing. I gotta stop getting up at like 10:30. I keep trying to go to bed at like 11, and then I like won't fall asleep till like 2 in the morning. So I really gotta fix that. I still like lay there and I like half fall asleep and like meditate almost, but I need to do some actual sleeping at 11 and get up at like 8. So we'll have to, that'll be the biggest thing I gotta work on. So we'll get there. I'll let you know if I start actually implementing that. But for now, end video.